Hello guys. Welcome to Top Anime Sensei. This video is the part 3 of the Tempest Founding Festival. So if you have not watched the part 1 and part 2, please go check it. The links are in the description. And if you like the video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. So without any further delay, let's start. Let's switch to a different location and have a close-up image. After being hurried by Vesta, we moved on to a different venue. This seemed more like a multimedia room. An experimental projector was set up there in front of a wall. Some people were very surprised to see this, but Vesta ignored them and continued the explanation. The liquid extracted from Hypocute herb mixed with Magicule will become healing potion. The medicine made from it is the full healing potion. Vesta also explained the production process of healing potions. A picture of the leaf was projected on the screen. First, in terms of theory, technically speaking, there is no such plant as Hypocute herb. It was the high concentration of Magicule near its surrounding that caused this particular plant to mutate. As Gabiru concluded his explanation, the audience was riled up as well after hearing their speech. This is a major discovery. You need to find a more appropriate venue. You need to contact the universities and publish something like this by formal procedure. Noises erupted at the scene and the situation was almost chaotic. Even Gazel's eyes were popping out in awe. Emperor Elmesia was also whispering with Duke Elalude. I was scared as well. Now that I thought about it, this made a lot of sense. I didn't think that there was all that Hypocute herb in Veldora's sealed cave from the start. I see, that's why Gabiru thought of using a healing potion to fix the sword. Just as any ordinary grass could be turned into Hypocute herb, minerals could be turned into Magisteel ore. These ores could then be refined into Magisteel and could be used to craft weapons. The result of which was the demonstration at the start of the presentation. Thank you for listening, everyone. Gabiru and Vesta concluded the presentation together. It seemed that they had prepared the presentation very discreetly. Moreover, the content of their presentation was fascinating. They managed to announce something so important without revealing any of the core information on the matter. In the morning, people were enjoying amusing sensations through music, and in the afternoon, their desire for exploration. It meant that we were very successful in holding them both. After the presentation, some went to the salon for a rest, some snuck out to the market district, some went to enjoy the hot spring. We did send receptionists alongside guests so they could move at will. I went around and checked on the nobles for fun. It was then that Arno and Bacchus caught up to me nervously. They whispered to me, "We have something to discuss with you." I suspected it was something urgent, so I returned to the guest hotel alongside Benimaru and Shion. The one waiting there was Luminous. "Well, though I did make a non-aggression pact with you, that was far from sufficient," Luminous immediately said as she saw me. I knew that she was an acute person, I didn't know just how acute she was. While somewhat dumbfounded, I sat down without asking. And I immediately questioned Luminous back. "Far from sufficient of what exactly? Do I really have to spell it out? Exchange. Don't you see that we can't have much exchange at all now with the non-aggression pact?" "No, I don't think that's really a problem." I tried to figure out what Luminous was actually trying to say while trying to clear the situation. Holy Empire Ruberios and Tempest Federation had indeed signed a non-aggression pact, just as Luminous pointed out. The Western Saints Church that served under Ruberios would also help with our status among the Western nations. This had given us much convenience, but in terms of exchanges, we were indeed not in any alliance. Since the two nations were too distant from each other anyway, there was no trade between our nations. Basically, we had to do some investigation of the market there. Right now, I had gotten the investigation report for the specialties of the Holy Empire Ruberios. I learnt that Ruberios was a huge agricultural nation. They mainly produced wheat-based crops. They seemed to also be exported to the Western nations. I also ran investigations of the products themselves. The quality was good and the taste was delicious. That was our current situation. I hoped to have some deeper exchange with them, but if you ask me what to do now, I really couldn't come up with anything. Are you seriously that stupid, or are you trying to bait me? No, that's not what I meant. I immediately denied it. Luminous sighed rather anxiously. Speaking of exchange, how about we try culture first? Seriously, I have really underestimated you guys. The people under the protection in Ruberios lacked artistic talent, so I didn't have much expectation at first, but the concert just now was truly wonderful. Haha, and she gave us a 5-star review. She did also praise us when passing by me just now. It looked like she really liked the things we had. Moreover, I had gotten an idea of what Luminous was going for. As expected, her proposal was actually hugely beneficial to us as well. Experience can fulfill one's mind. If we wanted to host even better cultural events, the best way for us to grow and learn was through exchange with others with the same profession. That sounds good. Exactly what we want in fact. I had no reason to refuse and agreed without hesitation. Considering the future relations between our nations, there was more boon than bane. Let's discuss more in that direction. Luminous nodded with satisfaction. How wonderful, now you guys can have some fun too, she told her servants arrogantly. The servants responded with all thanks to your grace, I am looking forward to it. I sensed that they were not afraid of Luminous, but holding great respect towards her. Then Gunther, help me with the procedure back at Night Garden. Yes ma'am. Luminous nodded as she sipped on her red tea. By the way, that tech presentation was very interesting as well. I've got some weirdos who enjoy researching as well, is it okay to send them your way? According to Luminous, the civilizations dwelling on the surface had a relatively low level of technology, while their nation dwelling underground seemed to have some high tech. I didn't want the angels to interfere with us. Before we can exterminate those things, all important research would be conducted underground. That was Luminous' request. Well, we can do that. But I was worried as to whether they would cause any trouble or not. Noticing my hesitation, Luminous further suggested. But of course, I'll give you a reward. I'll grant you a skill for your troubles. A skill? Yes. I shall grant you the ultimate secret of faith and grace. To put it simply, it's a skill that allows your believers to carry part of your strength. Luminous said so to me with an evil smile. Are you seriously announcing a skill so powerful in front of everyone's faces? Answer. Individual Luminous has applied dimension severance. Raphael Sensei's instruction reassured me. With it pointed out, I finally realized that except me, no one else seemed able to hear Luminous' voice. You'll teach me that skill, and we are supposed to take in researchers from your nation to return the favor. Is that so? Yep. Even with only the musical exchange alone, I would already be satisfied. If I have to be honest, consider this my appreciation gift for you. Fine, I'll accept your proposal. Hey, then we have a deal. Now that she had taught me the principle of the new skill, the people under me who would be able to use holy magic would surely increase. This was a reward greater than I had expected. I'm grateful for this opportunity, but is it really okay? No worries. You probably would figure out the truth of the skill with your own strength in a couple years or so. Luminous merely realized this and gave me the information as a favor. I still need to thank you, Luminous. Well, as long as you do what you promised. As Luminous disabled spatial severance, it was as if nothing had happened. Peace fell again at the scene. Near the end of our conversation, by the way, Rimuru, among the guests that were invited, someone was giving off an unpleasant aura. Did you notice it? Luminous asked casually, without the slightest change in tone. You mean those two? Indeed. I'm glad you didn't lower your guard. Be very cautious. Do not disgrace the reputation of the octagram. With these words spoken, the meeting concluded. I nodded towards Luminous before leaving the place. Something interesting took place later on. After my talk with Luminous, it was dinner time. Yuki and Hinata dined with me, chatting about the interesting things they'd been through in the day. I also listened to their thoughts during the meal. That concert was really amazing. If Hinata hadn't gone shopping, then we could have enjoyed it together. Shut up already, I'm always free-spirited, so what if I didn't go? Fine, since you've put it that way, I guess I'll bring the kids to watch it tomorrow, she replied half-heartedly. As opposed to that, I'm more interested in the research to discover the truth about Magicule. Because healing potion doesn't work on me, my body would instantly dissolve any Magicule substances. As a matter of fact, the effectiveness of healing magic also depends on the user. Hinata said, while lowering her volume. By the way, I heard that Rimuru-san has had someone to research the matter. What an interesting focus. Yuki and Hinata looked at me dumbfounded. You can't blame me for that. I always encourage independence. The night gathering proceeded with us finally changing the topic and beginning some random chatter. As such, the first day of the founding festival concluded with much praise. However, I would quickly be proven to be too naive to have such a thought. Intermission 2. Problems emerging. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched the previous parts, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.